Now, Republican Congressman from Pennsylvania, Mike Kelly, who serves on the House Ways and Means Committee. Congressman, what do you make of this? Because there's even more going on I want to get to in a second, but how bad do you think this gets?
Well, you know what, Neil, we don't know how bad it's going to get, but this is a Pandora's box. And as this gets more and more revealing, we're starting to see an administration that really almost has blind ambition. And, you know, you and I have talked about things before, but when you're working for the IRS and you're given these directives, and you go ahead, you know it's wrong, but you go ahead and do it anyway. And then this was first revealed in 2011. We're just getting the IG's report now. This is something that shakes the very faith that we have in our government and the trust that we have. You don't want to mess with that foundation, and this administration has done it. Again, I say, it's like blind ambition. It's like it doesn't matter what it takes. We're going to get it done. But this is so chilling. And this is something that the American people, and as you stated, this is not a Republican agenda or a Democrat agenda. This is an American agenda.
Yeah, but, you know, I got to say, Congress, the mainstream media still, by and large, covers for the president of the White House on this. But something broke tonight that I think will change a lot of that. We're getting indications the Justice Department, as you're probably aware, had been targeting a number of AP phone reporters, collecting their phone records, calls in and out of their offices, even their private lines, to find out what they were getting when it was when in the process of gathering news on top stories. Now, that cuts to their core and I think gets their attention. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely, because, you know, it's the old story about it depends whose bull's getting gored. Now, some of this stuff was all right before. And we say, oh, well, you have to accept this. No, I don't accept it for 1 minute. The American public shouldn't accept it for 1 minute. And what's even scarier is that the mainstream media has stood back and watched a lot of this happen. I mean, thank goodness for Fox on Benghazi. That never would have come forward if it wasn't for Fox. Now we're into the gritty of that and finding out what happened. This IRS escapade, though, this is so chilling. This goes far deeper than I think anybody would expect. And now that some of these groups that thought of themselves as kind of being sacred cows, they're finding out that they're being looked at, too, a little different. So I would just say people are becoming more alert. And they're finding out that maybe the emperor has no clothes. We got a real tough situation right here, and it's our duty in Congress. And I don't care what you represent as far as Republican or Democrat. This is an obligation we have to the American people to get to the bottom of this. And I agree with you. There's not an agency that strikes fear into the hearts of too many more Americans than the IRS. You're afraid you're going to make a mistake. I mean, my goodness, Neil, 70-some thousand pages. And so now you say they're targeting groups. They targeted them. They did it on purpose. This wasn't a mistake. Somebody didn't push the wrong button. This was an effort to go after these folks. Now the question comes, it's not just the conservative groups. Now we're seeing others come forward. And I would hope that other people are emboldened. People that work in the agency are emboldened to come forward right now and do what they know to be right.
Well, it's widening, Congress. It does appear to be widening, and it cuts now even the mainstream media to the core when it's them, when it's AP.